Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks that, so... But... is that really it? Okay.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
Okay, that's true.
they tried to keep us from getting in.
Okay.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Yes, that's
How did
true.
they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
Ah, okay, I think it's the...
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay. That person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Locking the door from the
It
inside.
seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
Ah, I think
The
it's
lock
the...
was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Oh, frick. The broken drumstick was used to lock the door from the inside, right? But is that proof? Well, it's not like I know if the door was really locked or not. Fuyuhiko's the one who's saying it. Okay, frick.
The killer
That
was
wasn't
still
nice.
inside the music venue.
Semi-trans surveillance
locking the door
monitor,
from the
motel
inside.
room key.
They tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
No, I think this
How
is
did they
the
lock
right
the door?
bullet. But I think I just
That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
oh shit. Okay, that I think that's wrong. Okay.
Crap!
Okay, that was
The
stupid.
killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
Ah, there. From the inside.
That's wrong. Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Oh. I knew it was the right bullet there, the semi-transparent, what do you call that? Liquid. But how, man?
from the outside. How?
Yeah, how? That's my question also.
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. The semi-transparent glove was probably a glue.
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Okay, workshop chemicals. So Kazuichi is one suspect there.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Because he's knowledgeable when it comes to machineries. So maybe he concocted it.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now, I should be able to figure out what it is. Okay, Hangman's Gambit. Okay, we've got W. What was the ripped piece of paper that was stuck on a baton? Oh, W. Shit. Frick. I think this is it. Wallpaper. Dang it. We need another L. Holy shit, there's a lot of R's. Okay, P. We need A. Frick, it's getting fast. Wallpaper. Need an R, an R, an R. Holy shit, we need an E, man. Come on. R, last one, last one. Come on. Whew. Wallpaper.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give it this a try. Logic dive. Okay. Oh, frick! Okay, X for accelerate, for jump. Come on. Question 1. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that it was hidden. Come on, go. Go. Come on. Let's do this fast, man. Kinda reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. So that's why there was a burnt piece of paper there. The killer obviously hid her with a wallpaper and then burned it to remove the evidence. Oh shit! That was close. Oh shit, 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 shit. Jump. Jump. Okay, nice. Still nice. Question 3. How did the killer hide her body with a wallpaper? They covered the pillar, they formed a wall. They covered the pillar. Okay, that was easy. Nice. I think that's it. There's only 3 questions. Yeps.
It's all coming together. I got it. Kyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Yeah, I was wondering what is their intention making that imitation? Doesn't make sense at all.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
What is it, Nagito? The reason the killer imitated the 2 victims in that movie, I should be able to explain that now. To hide the weapons because they like the movies, to let their accomplices escape, to mix up the killing order. Ah, okay, yeah, this one.
I see!
Okay, that's why. Because Hiyoko was killed
The reason
first.
the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Well, it's pretty obvious, Gundam. Without any freaking abilities.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Yeah, right back at you. Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Okay.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor,
Ah yeah, blood on the
was
soles.
there any sign she stepped on something?
Come on, shoot. Yeah, that's the right answer. Yeah, there were blood on her shoes.
Just
Or is
as
it
Soma
sandals?
said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
Aw man, why is Gundam being a jerk here?
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Oh man, maybe Gundam killed. No, I don't think Gundam is capable of doing that.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to he... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about did you see a nice nightmare?
I can't back down!
Okay, nice.
As long as Ibuki's body has no open wounds, there's no doubt that that blood is Hiyoko's.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes. Then it's possible that the pillar still had blood. However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel proud. It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
If I draw out the story, there won't be any place for me to counter. Just as I thought, the word from earlier was the opening for his rebuttal. The opening word, I think it was blood. In order to bring back the topic, looks like I have to push back on purpose.
Hyoko was taped to the pillar, yes?
Yes.
Then it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel proud of yourself.
Oh, I need to...
It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my
Okay,
power.
I need to get back off here.
Hyoko was taped to the pillar, yes? Then it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it.
Step ladder, I don't think that's the answer. Candle, nope. Smudge on the floor. Yeah, smudge on the floor, I think. And blood. Servant's monitor, nope. Rope used for hanging.
Hyoko was taped to the pillar, yes, then it's possible that the pillar still had blood. However, you cannot step on the pillar. You should feel It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Okay, I don't know how do I get back?
Hyoko was taped to the pillar, and it's possible that the pillar still... However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel proud of yourself. It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Well, just I thought the word from earlier was the opening. In order to bring back the topic, looks like I have to be pushed back on purpose. Well, I am doing it.
Then it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel proud. It's been nearly
I am getting pushed back. Why is it? Ah, there, retreat. Nice.
Damn it!
I was overcome. He's gonna go back to that original topic. Okay, I get it.
Feet belong to Hyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
That's the only thing I can think of. The blood on the floor. It's a smudge, man.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Nikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yup. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
Yeah, I think even though if it's suicide, you really need to vote for the example. If Ibuki was in fact made to be suicide, then you'll have to vote for Ibuki, as she is the one who murdered herself.
Think about it. A suicide suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all.
Yeps.
Yourself.
Yeah, just like in this first game.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
There's no one else, you moron.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
I'm wondering also about that. I don't know. I really don't know, man.
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Ah. Yeah, that is possible. Man, Nagito's so smart. What the frick? It's kind of freaking... what do you call this? Scary sometimes.
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
No, man. Nagito's right there. Frick.